I had a client earlier. He asked me, Tim, I don't understand. I get into these conflicts with my wife, these arguments with my wife. You know, in the moment, it's like I just get triggered and I find myself engaging in behavior that I regret almost immediately. It's like I do things that in the moment I feel like I just can't control. Yet I know they're wrong and they're not the ways that I want to act, but yet I can't stop doing what I don't want to do, and I can't find myself with the ability to do what I want to do. And that's because you're having an age regression. Yeah, you're reverting back to a version of yourself in a former time in your life. See, your brain picks up on that stimuli, picks up on the interaction, the conflict. And guess what? At some point in time, you learned that the way that you behave is a way to survive and defend yourself within that conflict. That's why you either A, get reactive and break character, B, shut down completely, or C, just placate, be passive, and give the other person what they want. So you find yourself having age regressions in the moment, which brings you back to that state of powerlessness, that state of helplessness where I know what I want to do, but yet I can't find the willpower and the conscious awareness to do it. And then I'm resentful at myself about what I should have done. And I feel shame and guilt about what I did, knowing that what I did was exactly and went against the grain in terms of who I'm trying to become. And see, that's the battle that men go through mentally. And then they go and try to solve the problem in their marriage and marriage counseling. And they sit down and talk about a bunch of surface level issues. And they try to fit a round peg through a square hole. Because guess what? It's not a problem in your marriage. It's a problem within you. That's what the inside out method is all about. It's a problem within you. It's a problem that you brought into that marriage. And it's not about what your wife does and how it triggers you. It's about how what your wife does triggers something that already existed within you. It just initiates something that already existed. It's like poking at an infected wound. And guess what comes out? Pus. It oozes out. The infection oozes out. And everybody else becomes the collateral damage to the unhealed wound within you. How do I know? Because I've been there. So what's the solution to this? What's the real work that needs to take place? You need to prioritize your inner conflict, brother. You need to understand what you brought into that marriage, number one. And number two, you need to do reconnaissance and understand what your wife brought into the marriage. So you can start to speak that language. So you can start to talk to the deeper issues between both of you. Because guess what? It's not a surface level issue. That's why most men aren't able to solve it. And that's why most men end up in a position where they end up getting divorced and looking back in regret about what they should have done once the work is over. Because they realize the relationship just brought out all the parts of themselves that they needed to work on. So next time you get into an argument with your wife and you find yourself reacting and breaking character, try to find the gratitude in that moment, because you know what it's really doing? It's really revealing a part of you that you need to work on.